Throughout the summer months, we used so many fresh fruits and vegetables. It was wonderful to go out in the garden and go to a roadside stand and pick up all those fresh things. But now the fall's on the way. I don't know about your yard, but mine is full of leaves, and the nights are a little bit longer and the daylight is slipping away somewhat. So we need to do something to encourage ourselves a little bit. So there's nothing better than comfort food. And what do you think of when you think of comfort food? Soups, stews, mashed potatoes. Some of you, it might be lasagna or it might be bread rising on the stove. There's a lot of things that give us comfort, and brings back wonderful memories. And I wish that you could just smell the aroma in the house, because they say that our sense of smell is the most important sense in bringing back memories and just making us think about things that are so fond to us. So I thought that the next couple letters maybe we'll make some comfort food. And what I'm going to whip up today is meatloaf. And what could be more comforting than that? Meatloaf is easy to make. It's full of lots and lots of good nutrition. It's low in calories, low in points, and you can jazz it up in so many different ways. So I already have one already cooked up back there to show you in a minute. And we're going to make one really quickly here. They freeze well. It makes a great sandwich for lunches. And you can pack all kinds of secret things inside. If your children or your grandkids or nieces or nephews or maybe even your spouse doesn't like veggies that much, meatloaf is a great way to hide them. Oftentimes I'll take Progressive soup, the vegetable kind, drain off most of the juice, take half a can, and I'll put that into my meat mixture. Now I happen to use turkey today. It's no problem to use ground meat. Some people even make venison. That's fine too, as long as it's a low fat. It's going to be Weight Watcher friendly. So I took a pound of meat that was ground up, fresh turkey meat, mostly the white breast meat. And I already made one meatloaf, and I have it hidden in here. I was going to show you that in a minute. It's all wrapped up in parchment. It's already cooked. And I took half of that and already made one so I could show you the finished product. Now this is the turkey, half of the turkey meat. And here are some things that I added to mine. I put in, first of all, Quaker oats. I put about half a cup, and it's a nice binder. Plus, what else is it adding? Yeah, fiber. It's adding a little bit of fiber. And this is one of my mom's recipes, and she always added oatmeal to it. It also extends it, makes it go a little further, but it also adds good fiber and stick-to-itiveness, if that's such a word. It makes it stick together well. So I put about a half a cup of oatmeal. Depending on how much you're making, of course, you might want to up that if you're going to make a whole pound. Again, this is just half a pound because I already made a pound back here. I put in some ketchup, about a half a cup to taste again. And I put a little bit, I love Sweet Baby Ray's. What a great barbecue sauce. And I put a little bit of this in again for flavor. Mixed it around. And one thing that my mom always added to it for a little bit of moisture was applesauce. I went to my pantry and didn't have any, so guess what? Bring out the good old pumpkin again. So I added 2 tablespoons of pumpkin in here. Again, it adds absolutely no flavor, but think what we're adding. We're adding a vegetable and we're adding more fiber. And the more fiber, the better in things like this, because it helps clean us out, it keeps us regular. Fiber is something that we should really up in our diet every day. So I put the pumpkin in. Put in a salt and pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, spice it up a little bit, mix it around. Now I'm going to flatten it out onto a cookie sheet. Now the cookie sheet's already lined with some foil, and I put some parchment paper on top. Now, what makes this meatloaf a little different is that I'm going to flatten it out, and I went ahead and made some stuffing. Just good old stovetop. Very, very inexpensive. Just a stuffing mix like this. And on the side, it gives you directions right here on how to cook it on the stove or in the microwave. I put it in the microwave, put it in the dish, put 1.5 cups of water, stirred it around, cooked it 2 minutes in the microwave, and there it is. There's the stuffing already made. So what do you think I'm going to do with that? I'm going to use it almost like an icing. Watch, and you'll see. I'm going to take my meatloaf mixture, and I'm going to put it right down onto the parchment paper. Now you could use foil as well. I just happen to have some parchment around, so I'm going to take the parchment here as my liner. Now I'm going to use my hands. I'm just going to flatten out the meatloaf mixture. Now remember, I have in here oatmeal, I have some tomato ketchup. I have a little barbecue sauce, salt and pepper, and one of my favorite ingredients to add just about anything is good old pumpkin. So I'm just going to flatten it out, just like that. Now I'm going to wash off my hands real quick. We don't like to contaminate other things, even though I'm going to cook it. All right, right back here. Now I'm going to take the stuffing that I already made. It's cooled down some. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put it right on top of my meatloaf mixture. All right, I'm just going to push it right down into it. See that? Push that down right into the meatloaf. Kind of like icing it on top of a cake. Put it down in there. There's all sorts of things you can put inside a meatloaf. Sometimes I'll lay spinach down. Sometimes I'll put feta cheese down the middle. All kinds of things. Like I said, you could sneak all sorts of things in here. You could grate some zucchini and put down in it. All right, so it's all on top. Notice how, see that? It's just on top. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the parchment. I'm going to start to roll it up, just like a jelly roll. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to peel back the parchment. Now, notice how it's starting to roll up. I'm going to roll some more and peel away the parchment. Now I'm just going to take the other side and roll it. Give it a good snug push. All right, and look at that. There's your meatloaf. Inside, the stuffing's already in there. I'm just going to push it down. I'm going to seal the edges here. Alrighty. I'm just going to wrap it back up in the parchment, roll it up, tuck under the ends, and I'm going to stick it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 35 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the parchment and I'm going to put it back in for 5 minutes or so that it browns a little bit on top. And that is it. How simple is that? You're getting your meat, you're getting your bread group with the stuffing, you're getting some vegetables with the pumpkin. It's all one meal stuck into one. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It's already on. Push it down in there. Alrighty. Wipe off my hands. All right, now the finished product. Here's the one that I made a few minutes before. Just going to unwrap it. Wow, look at that. Oh, it smells delicious. Look at that. I'm going to cut it so you can see what it looks like on the inside now. Grab a knife here. I'm just going to cut a piece in the middle and show you what it looks like when we plate this. Oh, wow. Can you see that? Look right around in there. There's the stuffing. And the meatloaf's just cooked all around it in between. Delicious. What a good meal. Look at this. How nice would this be? Put this in a baggie, take it to work, have this, put it on a sandwich, have a little bit of yogurt, maybe a side salad of cucumbers and tomatoes, and you have a delicious, delicious lunch. Plus, it's ultra healthy, ultra low in points, delicious. You're going to love it. This is going to be one of your go-to recipes, guaranteed. So I hope you try it. I hope you take it for lunch. I hope you serve it on the weekends. Again, that comfort food doesn't make you feel good. And it brings back memories. It's nice to use old recipes. It's nice to redo them so they're healthier. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will try it. And oh, by the way, that was T. Letter T for cooking through the alphabet. T for turkey meatloaf. So I hope you enjoyed that again. And as always, happy cooking and happy eating. And let's see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. Wonder what that one's going to be. Have to stay tuned to find out.